This is a substitution method. So let's just start substitution method. First question is how we're gonna evaluate this integration. You're gonna see this integration compared to this one. Two integration looks similar, but we cannot do this integration right here, guys, because we don't know how to find this antiderivative. But we know how to find this antiderivative. This is gonna be e to the x plus c. Then how gonna evaluate this integration? Integral for e to the 4x dx. Before you start substitution method, everyone, let's go back to chain rule. So I'm gonna give the function. You guys use the chain rule, find the derivative. So I'm gonna give function is f of x e to the 4x. What is derivative f prime x? Guys, you're gonna remember the chain rule. First step is you're gonna use u sub. Here is u gonna be 4x. So this one is fu gonna be 4u, eu, right? Then you're gonna take derivative first. That's gonna be eu times derivative this one. That's gonna be 4. And then you're gonna plug in back. This one is 4 e to the 4x. That's you find the derivative of prime x. So based on this information, let's find the antiderivative of this function. So using the indefinite integral process, integral 4 e to the 4x dx gonna be, what is it? E to the 4x plus c. That's we call substitution method, backwards of chain rule. So let's get started how gonna do substitution method to evaluate this form of integration. Here is we're gonna using substitution method for the indefinite integral. So look at this form, guys, right here, guys. Look at this one, integral fg of x, g prime x. This is composite function. You're gonna take a first step is you're gonna be g of x. That's what you're gonna have. So when you're using substitution method, you guys find the inner function that like chain rule equal g of x. So what is the second step you have to take it? Du gonna be find the take a derivative both sides, g prime x dx. Right? Then go back to the integration is right there. Integral f gx times g prime x dx right there. You're gonna substitute from the 1 and 2. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna be g of x integral, integral f g of x is u, g prime x dx gonna be du, right? So integral f u du. Now when you use this function, you can find the antiderivative, then you did the right thing. So you're gonna find the antiderivative of f of x, find the antiderivative u plus c. Another way relation between two functions is, guys, remember that f prime u gonna be fu. That's the antiderivative of f of u. Now, make sure last step. So number 4 is now you find antiderivative f in terms of u. You plug in back u equals g of x. So answer gonna be right here. F u is g of x plus c. That's how to find indefinite integral by using substitution method. Guys, understand that? Now, we're going to have two examples right there. First one is going to be integral x squared plus 1 fifth power 2x dx. Just thinking about what is going to be in a function. How can find this indefinite integral by using the substitution? So first step you guys take here, what is the inner function going to be? You're thinking about the chain rules. That's the same thing is going to be substitution method, guys. So what you want to do here, you're going to be x squared plus 1. That's you have to do in a function. So du gonna be find the derivative of this function. That's the 2x times dx. Now, when you find the u and du, you're gonna do this one gonna be changed here by using substitution method. Integral. I'm gonna using the other side, guys. Here is integral x squared plus 1 is u b power 2x dx, 2x dx gonna be du. And you see that, guys? This one is you can find the antiderivative. This gonna be what? Power rule. 1 over 5 plus 1 u 5 plus 1 plus c, right? Then 5 plus 1 is 1 over 6. U 5 plus 1 is 6 plus c. You are not done yet. Here's very careful, guys. You are not done yet. But what is u? You're gonna be x squared plus 1 6 power plus c. That's you're gonna find it, guys. Everyone understand that? That's the first one. How about second one? A little trickier. Guys, look at this one. A little trickier, okay? So let's start the second one here. First, you have this side. What is u? You're going to be in a function. Let's go back to trainer. What is going to be u when you have derivative? Same idea, guys. So I'm going to pick the u is inside the square root. That's the 2x minus 1. Then what is du? Du going to be 2 times derivative 2x minus 1 is 2 times dx, right? Now you're going to substitute right there integral inside the 2x minus 1, that's a square root to u times, this time very tricky, dx only right there. So you're going to move to the other side, another way, divide by 2. So you're going to see here du over 2 equal dx. Divide by 2 because you only have dx. So here is, I'm going to write down this one is 1.5 du. Okay, so dx going to be 1.5 du. So constant is bring it outside of integration, 1.5 integral square root u du. What is next going to be? Guys, remember the antiderivative of a square root. Another way, 1.5 integral u 1.5 du. So how can find it? 1 over 1.5 plus 1 u 1.5 plus 1 plus c. So let's calculate 1.5 plus 1. What is 1.5 plus 1? Here is 1.5 plus 1, meaning is 1 over 2 plus 2 over 2. That's the 3 over 2. But this is going to denominate. So you have 2 over 3, u 3 over 2 plus c. I say you're not done yet. What is you have? You have 2 over 3, 1, 3 over 2 plus c. That's how to using substitution method. Let's practice by and try to do these two indefinite integral by yourself. Did you try it? So let's try enough function you can pick here, right here, guys. I'm pretty sure you're gonna pick the 5x, right? Then what is du gonna be? Take derivative 5x is 5du. Now it's time to substitute. So, or replace it. Integral 5x cosine u. Guys, have curious about this 5, this dx. You're gonna put together way you're gonna write this one is integral cosine 5x. So you're gonna put this one is gonna be du. Okay, so this one is du. So this one is not the whole, right? What is antiderivative cosine? This one gonna be sine u plus c. Now you're not done yet. If you stop there, you got the mistakes. Make us plug in back. You're gonna be 5x. Plus c. I have put sizes of x. Answer function of x. Okay, not the u. Okay. How about second one? Did you try the second one? What is enough function here? Q plus u. Very carefully you pick the u enough function. Someone's thinking about x squared, but it's not. U equal x cubed plus 2 du gonna be 3x squared dx. Okay, x squared right there, x squared right there, guys. Another way you rewrite this integration, rearrange it. Integral cosine x cubed plus 2 times x squared dx. Okay, now how can we replace it? Integral right there, guys. Cosine x cubed plus 2. So cosine u times. Here is x squared dx. So you divide by 3. We did it. Divide by 3. So that's gonna be 1 over 3 du x squared dx. So this one is 1 over 3 du. So constant outside, 1 over 3 integral cosine u du. Oh, looks similar, right? 1 over 3 sine u plus c. What is u? One more time. This one is 1 over 3 sine. What is u? X cubed plus 2 plus c. Guys, make sure it, please, guys. Now, we take a time to use a substitution method for definite integral, guys. I'm gonna highlight here, guys, making sure this one is gonna be, all right, this gonna be definite integral. Oh, I'm using different color right here. Definite integral. Definite integral is what? You remember that? So when you have a number, it's a little different from the indefinite integral. That's why you have more careful with that. I'm gonna do this one when you use a substitute method. This is a step you should take. First one is like you did, find the inner function you're gonna be g over x. Okay, find the inner function first. Then you're gonna do du gonna be g prime x dx. It's the same as the indefinite integral. But this is very important, guys. When you do it, you also have to find boundary. Boundary here is A and B should be changed because that's the X. So we're gonna have change A and B into the U, guys. So what are you gonna do here? Here is meaning x equal a. You have changed. You gonna be g of a. X equal b. You gonna be g of b. Okay? Then you're gonna change everything. Integral a and b, f g of x, g prime x dx. Now, here, integral a gonna be g of a, b gonna be g of b, f, here is g of x gonna be u. Now, this whole thing g prime x dx is du. That's it. That's you're gonna find the definite integral by using substitution method, guys. Don't forget a couple of things here, guys. What you're not forgetting is you have to make sure g of a, g of b. By using substitution method, you don't have to go back. You don't need to substitute back. That's you have to make sure you're doing it, guys, okay? Now, you and I are gonna try to evaluate definite integral, guys, definite integral. So let's try these two examples first with me, guys. So first you have this side gonna be what is u, right? So I decide u gonna be, oh no, I'm sorry. So u gonna be, oh, I don't like red. You gonna pick what? X squared plus 1, right? What is du? Du gonna be 2x. Everyone did the same thing, right? Now, this is, guys, I highlighted definite integral. So you're gonna change the boundary too, guys, okay? So what do you have to do? Here is make a table, much you're not gonna make any mistake. Here is x, here is a u. X gonna be 0, u gonna be 0 square plus 1, that's the 1. X equal 1, u gonna be 1 square plus 1, that's the 2. So you have this one, integral 0 gonna be 1, 0 gonna be 1, 1 gonna be 2, that's the 2. So here, let's gonna rewrite it. 0 and 1, x squared plus 1 fifth power x dx, right? So what I gonna do, x squared gonna be u fifth power 2x, oh, x dx divided by 2, that's gonna be 1.5 du. Make sense? Then, now guys, 1.5 outside, integral 1 and 2 u du. Now find the antiderivative u, 1.5, u squared, where to where, 1 and 2. No substitute back. So you're gonna using first fundamental theorem, 1.5 big parentheses, plug in the 2 first, 2 square, minus plug in the 1 square. So this is gonna be 1.5, 2 square is 4, minus 1, 1.5, 3 over 2. That's the answer, guys. Make sure you don't substitute back, guys. You want to try one more time, guys? Let's go one more time right here, guys. So let's try second part, everyone. So what are you going to do here? What is u going to be? U going to be 4x. That's the inner function. Du going to be 4 dx. So let's go to original function here, right there. So you're gonna change the boundary and substitute everything. So I'm gonna do here, before you substitute, you change the boundary too, guys. So here is, I'm gonna write down the boundary. X and u, x is 0, u gonna be 4x equals 0. X equal 1, u gonna be 4. Okay, so now change everything, okay? Replace everything. Integral 0 and 4 e to the u. Now dx divide by 4. dx gonna be 1 over 4 du. That's gonna be 1 over 4 du. So 1 over 4 is in front of integral. 1 over 4 integral 0 and 4 eu du. No substitute back, guys. So this one is 1 over 4 antiderivative e to the u, 0 and 4. So 1 over 4, plug in the 4, e to the u, plug in the 0, e to the 0. What is e to the 0? This one is 1. So 1 over 4, e to the 4 minus 1. Let's practice definite integral by using substitution method. You can pause the video and try it by yourself before you're checking our answer. Oh, let's try the first one, guys. The first thing is you always start checking out what is going to be in a function. So I'm going to do this one is u going to be 2x minus 1. What is the u? Derivative of 2x minus 1 is 2 dx. So also you're going to change the boundary. Here is x, u, 2x minus 1. X is 1 and 5. When you plug in the 1, 2 minus 1, that's 1. When you plug in the 5, 2 times 5 minus 1, that's 9. Guys, take a time. Now, you change this integral. Guys, this integration, guys, this one. So boundary gonna be, boundary is 1 and 1. So 1. 5 gonna be 9. 9. U equal 2x minus 1 square root u. Now dx, guys, dx right here, 1.5 dx. Now 1.5 du. That's gonna be dx. So this one is 1.5 du. So 1.5 in front, integral 1 over 9 square root u du. So we did this one at the indefinite integral. So now we're gonna find 1.5 antiderivative 3 over 2 u. Oh no, I'm sorry, guys. 2 over 3 times u, 3 over 2. 1 and 9. Before go on the definite integral, guys, make sure cancel out. 2 and 2 is cancel out. So now what do you have here? So you're gonna have 1 over 3, then plug in the 9, 9, 3 over 2, minus 1, 3 over 2. So let's just simplify this one. Is 9, 3 over 2. 3 over 2 meaning is gonna be 9, 3 over 2 meaning is 9 square root 9, guys, okay? So this one is 9 times 3, that's to 27. So you have 1 over 3, 27 minus 1. 27 minus 1 is 26 over 3. That's you're going to find the first definite integral. Let's go second part, guys. Can you have any idea what is inner function going to be? This is very tricky, guys. So when you see this one, you have to think ahead. If you substitute something in integrand, what is going to be derivative? That you have to think ahead. So I'm going to put u going to be x squared plus 1. Then I'm going to say du going to be 2x dx. Can you see right here, guys, you have x dx right there. That's how I did substitute right, guys, okay? So now you're going to make a table to figure it out the boundary. X is u. Here is 0 and 2. So you're going to be 1. You're going to be 2 squared plus 1. That's going to be 5. Right? So now we're going to substitute. So here, integral. 0 is 1. 2 going to be 5. X squared plus 1 is u. X dx. X dx gonna be 1.5 du. 1.5 du. So number is outside. Integral 1 and 5, 1 over u du. So now when you see this form, you just say, okay, this is, I know how to find the derivative. Then you do the right thing. So here is 1.5. What is antiderivative 1 over u? Everyone, ln u, 1 and 5. So plug in the 5 first. Ln 5 minus ln 1. You know the ln 1. This one is going to be 0. So you have 1.5 ln 5 or ln square root of 5.